Case Western Reserve in their home whites, trimmed in blue and silver. And Matt Clark tries to control the opening tip as the ball gets slapped around. And Chicago will have it to start this basketball game.
And Ron, that game on Friday for Case Western Reserve took a lot of energy out of them. Hopefully they're well rested and bringing the energy here this afternoon.
It should be our arrow. It's our arrow, Bryce. John. Rob, you say this is right? Good, Spencer, good. Good. There you go, right there.
So the Maroons will open up with the basketball. And this is a look at Jordan Smith. Jordan's going to kick it out to Tyler Howard. Perez with the basketball, back to Smith. Case in a man defense to start this game. Perez with Spencer Boyd on him. 5 seconds to shoot. Perez walked with the basketball.
And if you're the Spartans, you can't draw it up any better defensively because that's the defender that you want guarding the ball late in the shot clock. Anything 5 or less, you got to have Spencer Boyd, your top defender, altering those shots.
So Jimmy Holman will bring it up for the Spartans as they start their first offensive possession. Nice weave out front. Holman spots up a 3, and it's good. Spencer Boyd drew the defense, found his teammate Jimmy Holman in the right corner in front of the Chicago bench, and Jimmy knocked down his first 3 of the afternoon. Quickly, down the floor, it's Perez off the glass.
And that's what Chicago's going to be prepared to do this afternoon, get up and down the floor to try to match Case's athleticism.
David Black, he can hit the 3, he can also drive. He looked for Spencer Boyd. Spencer was deep inside the lane, and David's pass went outside. Mike McGrath, the head basketball coach at Chicago. There's a good look at Coach McGrath in his 17th season. His Maroons 11-2 to start this season. One of the differences between this Chicago team and anybody else that Case has seen so far in conference play is Jimmy Holman's going to draw a backcourt foul. Is they've probably got 4 guys that can really handle the basketball well, as opposed to, say, Carnegie Mellon on a Saturday a week ago, who really had 1 guy that they really trusted with that basketball. Chicago can put it in the hands of 4 guys and feel very comfortable with it in the backcourt against that constant pressure from Case. And not only will they get the pressure from Matt Clark and Jimmy Holman and Spencer Boyd, but 3's in the air, and that one's good. That's Jordan Smith. When they bring Javi Alvarez and Colin Zucker off the bench, that pressure will continue. So it's 5-3 early on here. Maroons with the lead over the Spartans. Eric Black with a high screen. Looking inside, and Eric's going to get it. Eric Black working against Nate Brooks. Ball fake. Body pump. And the rebound goes to Jordan Smith. Quickly down the floor. Shot off the glass, rolls on the rim and drops in. It's Tyler Howard.
Well, that's what he's really good at. He's good at stopping on a dime and trying to draw the defense out.
Jimmy Holman with a pullback shot. Missed that one. He made many of those the other night on Friday night against Washington University. Spencer Boyd with good defense. Maroons keep it. David and Eric Black inside trying to block the shot of Alex Voss, and they were unsuccessful. Case is down 6. Holman for another 3. Jimmy Holman. He has all 6 of Case's points.
That's what you love. There's your best 3-point shooter right there, and you've also got a big man with passing abilities. Black averages about 1.5 assists per night.
Eric Black pushed inside, 2 rebounds offensively for Nate Brooks, and Brooks gets his follow. He fouls his own miss with a make. David Black faked pass, went to the baseline, missed the shot, and Matt Clark will keep it. Matt spots up a 3. Quickly down the floor, Matt Clark with good active hands. Got Spencer Boyd, 3 in the air. Fouls inside on Eric Black. That will be Eric's first. 4 subs come in for Case Western Reserve: Javi Alvarez, TJ Duckett, Jake Lavis, and Colin Zucker. Really small lineup now, Eddie.
Sean McDonald is not afraid to go to his bench early to try to get that extra inertia, try to run that floor, get some more scoring in.
Colin Barthel is also in for the University of Chicago. This is Barthel with the basketball. Now it's Perez. Perez at the foul line. Plenty of time to shoot here. 12 seconds. Shot off the shin or the thigh of Jordan Smith. Javi Alvarez and his Spartan teammates will get the basketball back. Case is down 5 early. Almost 5 minutes gone in this opening half.
And Ron, you can see that Chicago is trying to get to the rim. They're trying to get those easy looks inside, trying to penetrate to the paint.
Holman off a screen from Duckett, back to TJ, missed the shot. Colin Zucker fighting for it inside, doing a nice job tying up Blaine Crawford. The Case will keep it. They'll have a fresh 30 seconds to shoot.
Going to be a lot of responsibilities on the young sophomore TJ Duckett. When he's on the floor, he's usually the only big.
Zucker for 3. Colin Zucker came off a high screen from TJ Duckett. And Case has 3 baskets, all 3 of them are 3-pointers. They've got 9 points. Chicago breaks the press.
And Ron, you mentioned those 4 dribble drive penetrators that the Bears have. Excuse me, the Maroons have. They've been using them.
Feed the boy. Feed Jimmy Holman. Here's another layup, or this one's a dunk. Case is not getting back on that fast break. Fouls on Duckett. It's going to be a 1-shot foul. Jordan Smith goes up for the layup, and there's the foul. TJ's right arm on the left shoulder of Jordan as he went up for the dunk. Eric Black is checked back in the game. So Eric will replace TJ Duckett. Case has 4 3-pointers. Even these guys can't believe it. So Smith's got 8 of the 16 so far for the Maroons. Matt Clark will bring it up for Case, Western Reserve. Clark with a 3. Missed it short. Eric Black with the rebound. Eric did a nice job grabbing that rebound. Foul's going to go against Chicago. Blaine Crawford will be called for the foul.
There's the triple from Clark and the rebound by Eric Black, doing a great job of extending his favorable arm out there and caressing that ball.
Zucker and Clark off the inbound. This is Eric Black along the baseline. Moves into the lane. Left-handed shot, all muscle, missed it. Crawford knocked it out of bounds. Case will keep it. Eric Black working very strongly inside in these last 2 possessions for the Spartans. This is Eric outside. Alvarez with a strong drive, right baseline. Zucker saves the basketball. Case will keep it. They've got 18 seconds to shoot. Matt Clark, nifty, behind the back dribble, laid it up and in, but there's a whistle and a foul on the floor, and they're going to call Matt Clark for traveling. Here's a look at it.
Tough break for the Spartans. Matt Clark is just so good with both hands. Look at that little reverse change of pace dribble right there, but that move a little too good for the officials that time.
Eric Black with good defense. Matt Clark down the other way. Here comes Alvarez. Javi's quickness off to Zucker. Zucker's shot won't go, but he was fouled.
Well, you love the fact that the two guys off of the bench, Alvarez and Zucker, are willing to run early in this game. You set it up with Javi, and then he dumps it off to Zucker at the last minute to try to get an even better shot than what Javi would have had with the two guys trailing him.
Case is down 4. They'll shoot 2 free throws. We'll be back after this timeout.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Colin Zucker is going to be at the free throw line, an 81% free throw shooter. He'll have 2 shots.
Lee has been such a big part of the Spartans' success from the bench. I mean, they get, combined between their guys, they get about 20 a night from their bench bunch. He's been a big part of that.
So on the floor out of that timeout for Case, it's Eric Black, it's Javi Alvarez who gets that steal. Ball fake to Clark, and he lays it up and in.
That's a nifty little move right there.
Another steal. Clark up, and it drops.
So you get 4 points in about 4 or 5 seconds right out of the timeout. That's an excellent start for Case to get back into this one and grab their first lead.
Chicago in the front court. Ball's out of bounds off the hands of Matt Clark. That's how quickly it can change in the game that Case plays. 3 players off the bench and in for Chicago. Alex Voss is back in, along with Nate Brooks. They're 2 big guys. With the basketball now is Scott Herluhe. Off the dribble is Brooks. Shot was missed, and Eric Black grabbed the rebound. Javi Alvarez to Zucker. Spots up for a 3. In and out. Nate Brooks comes down with a strong rebound. Well, that one could not have been more in before it popped back out. So Alvarez will defend out top. Jake Lavis guarding Voss. Zucker had a hand on it, missed it, and Colin Barthel got the layup.
Yeah, the play just broke down right there, and Chicago just on the right end of the 8 ball that time.
Foul's going to go against Chicago. That'll be Alex Voss with the foul as Matt Clark drove to the basket. You get a look at it. You know, on Friday night, Coach McDonald talked about we were just inches away from several things, like inches away from a steal, inches away from a rebound, and that last play where that ball just went by the hands of Colin Zucker as David Black scores inside was another example of inches away from a steal, but it turned into an easy bucket for your opponent. Zucker with a foul in the backcourt.
Well, basketball is a game of inches also, and the Spartans dug themselves a little bit of a hole on Friday night. They came within 2 a couple times. They came within 3 a couple times, but again, they're just inches away from climbing that final ladder to try to get over the hump.
Double team trap. Good backcourt help or backside help on the front court by Jimmy Holman. 3 in the air. Barthel with the rebound. That's just a matter of inches there. Colin Barthel at 6'8", going up against 6-foot Colin Zucker to get that rebound. Barthel has 4. Colin with a long rebound. Matt Clark for a 3. And coming down with it is Jordan Smith. Here comes Chicago the other way. Game's tied at 20. We're about 9 minutes into this opening half. 2 games this afternoon from Horsburgh Gymnasium. The women will follow. Spartans against the Maroons. This is Zucker on defense on that baseline. Matt Clark steps up in the passing lane with the steal. He's going to go up, lay it up, and he missed it. Boy, Matt just got a little too cute for himself that time. On the break, they've got numbers, and Chicago's got a basket. Boy, there's another example of that game of inches. I mean, they miss a layup on one end, and they give up one on the back side. This is Zucker for three. Got it. Colin Zucker's got 8 points off the bench in just a couple of minutes. Case is up a point. It's 23-22.
And Ron, really another problem for Case on Friday was they really couldn't get too much scoring from their bench. I mean, I think that's a little bit of a different story here with Zucker with 8 early ones and a couple of triples try to help spread out the defense. But, I mean, that's becoming a big part of Case's identity as they get lots of scoring contributions from the reserve unit.
Spencer Boyd just inches from a steal. This is TJ Duckett with defense. And Nate Brooks is strong inside. He's got 4.
The points in the paint for the Maroons starting to add up.
Jimmy Holman with that signature pullback. Alvarez with active hands gets the steal. Holman off to Javi the other way. Javi changes his dribble, lays it up and in.
That is where he is at his best. He is an open floor player, and he changed his pace just enough to throw the defense off, and then he goes strong with the left hand. That's where you love to get Javi Alvarez involved when the floor is that open.
Perez with the basketball, looks inside to Brooks. Perez will keep it. David Black's on him. Smith around a screen. Gets a high screen from Barthel, puts up a shot and makes it. It's a 3. Jordan Smith has 11 first-half points.
That's only the second triple try for Chicago, but they have made both of them, and they're taking high percentage threes.
David Black for 3.
19 points from David Black on Friday, and he's out to a hot start here, looking like it's going to be a good weekend for the sophomore out of Avon.
Alvarez will pick up a backcourt foul. That's Javi's first. 15 foul for Case. Mike McGrath wants a timeout. We'll take one too. Spartans are up a point in an exciting first half. We'll be back.
With 31 unique creations to choose from, there's something for everyone to love at Dave's Cosmic Subs. Meat lovers, vegetarians, and everyone in between agree that our freshly baked bread, high-quality ingredients, and homemade sauces make us the best in Cleveland. Come on into Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry to experience legendary subs in a cosmic atmosphere. And don't forget, we deliver. It's as easy as dialing 216-320-0330. Be the hit of the party. Order Dave's.
Everyone loves a comeback, right? Especially when that comeback is Queso Diablo from Qdoba, full of spicy satisfaction to take you straight to queso bliss. That fiery, smoky sensation you've been craving has returned. Celebrate the comeback of Queso Diablo, available now and for an infinite time, only at Qdoba Mexican Grill.
Eddie, when you look at what's happened in the first 10 minutes and 15 seconds here, both teams have put up almost 30 points. And if you look at overall how Chicago has done this year, 11 wins, 2 losses, the most points they've scored in a game is 85 against Illinois Tech. They're averaging 71 points per game. The most their opponents have scored are 74. So you wonder if Chicago's used to a pace like Case is making them play at.
I'm guessing Chicago's going to want to slow things down because they have 7 turnovers right now.
Turnover on Chicago. The Spartans will get the basketball back.
Because Chicago does already have 20 points in the paint, and they are controlling the defensive boards, but their 7 turnovers are really what's killing them right now and keeping this game close. But Case, they average 94 points a game over their last 5, so if Chicago gets in a high-scoring affair game, they may want to slow it down.
Pick and roll, Eric Black inside, missed it, and he was fouled. Foul, I believe, will go against Barthel. Foul is on Colin Barthel. Beautiful pick and roll here from Jimmy Holman back to Eric Black.
That's a bread and butter play for the Spartans, getting Eric to the elbow, and then you you can do a lot of different things there. It's like a player option almost. You can dump it off to Jimmy, or you can try to lower your shoulder and try to dig into your defender and try to score that way. But all kinds of different options for Eric, and this time he goes to the free throw line, which is where you want to see him at so he can develop that scoring confidence.
Eric just a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Trap in the backcourt. This is Voss back in the game for Chicago. Now with the basketball is Tyler Howard. Howard and Smith on the right side. They're going to work it inside. Eric Black with defense. Little jump hook. Went in and out. And the ball will go to the Spartans.
Well, and there you go, Ron. That's a game of inches right there. I mean, if you give up a couple of inches, it's going to be that much easier for your player to score in the post. Whereas if you don't give up those inches, you're taking a shot that is much further away from the rim and a much lower percentage shot.
Case in that half-court game right now. This is Spencer Boyd, works it into Eric Black. Black on that left block. Left-handed shot, missed it. And Smith knocked it off the ankle of Eric Black, and Chicago will get the basketball back. Eric is frustrated. Usually he's money inside. He's a 54% shooter from the field. He's the top shooter on this Case team. Most of his points coming from the inside.
And he's going at him with muscle, just a little bit too much muscle at the end. Hard to get a feel for how your defender is going up against you on the block, but he'll get a feel for it eventually.
Smith against Eric Black. Smith off the glass with a nice strong move. Jordan Smith has 13 of the 29. Alvarez quickly the other way. Zucker's follow won't go, but Jake Levis's will.
Well, you love the heads-up game of Jake Levis. He always seems to be at the right place at the right time, and he was there for the easy deuce.
Smith, he's been red hot. This one is well short, and it goes off the, and they're going to call Zucker with a hold, I believe, on the rebound. Zucker got inside with one of the Maroons trying to tie him up, and Zucker's going to pick up his second foul.
Well, he is going to be taken out of the game for Jimmy Holman because that was their sixth foul. So any foul that Case commits is going to, at the very least, send Chicago to the free throw line, which is not where you want them at.
Jimmy Holman with a gift. Matt Clark to Levis. He'll swing it. Javi inside to Eric Black. Finds Matt Clark, three in the air. Missed it short. That's Brooks with the rebound. Good ball movement for Case. They got the look they wanted.
Well, and Chicago got out to the three-point line at the last minute, too. Again, game of inches.
High screen. This is Smith working against Levis. Smith with a spin dribble. Matt Clark stripped him. Levis to Alvarez. Boom.
That's a really crisp shot for Alvarez. I mean, he's gotten some arc under it in the last couple of weeks, and his percentage has gone through the roof. He's such a effective scorer off of the bench for Case.
Alvarez with defense on Smith. Clark will join him. They've got him tied up, and he wants a timeout. They are frustrating this Maroons basketball team right now. Case is up 4. 7 minutes left in this opening half. Sean McDonald likes what he sees, and this is what he sees. Clark and Alvarez right in front of their teammates, tying up Smith and forcing Chicago into a timeout. We'll be back after this break.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
So back on the court for the Spartans is basically, Eddie, something that we've seen a lot of this year, that 4-guard set with one medium big. I'm not going to say David Black's a big because he's just 6'5". They're going to call a foul inside on Jake Levis. Levis working against Nate Brooks. And as Eddy pointed out on the last foul, this is number 7, so University of Chicago's in the 1-and-1 situation for the rest of the half. But if you look at Chicago as a team from the free throw line, they're awful this year. They shoot just 58% as a team. Brooks at the line, just a 53% free throw shooter. Levis keeps it alive and grabs the tip.
And Ron, as you just mentioned, with this lineup, with David Black being sort of a stretch 4 type of player, they can knock down a shot from anywhere.
Boy, Jimmy Holman shot one that looked true. It was just a little long back of the rim. Matt Clark with a bump. That'll send Tyler Howard to the free throw line. Howard is a 56% free throw shooter. For Matt Clark, that is his first foul.
Well, and at the 6.5-minute mark, there's going to be a few more fouls committed on the Spartans' part before the end of the half. But you love the fact that personnel-wise, the fouls are very well spread out throughout the roster. I just see ones on the board for the lineup that is currently in the game defensively for the Spartans.
Zucker's got 2. He's on the bench, but he's the only one with 2. And there's a foul inside as Matt Clark went for that rebound. Fouls on Alex Voss, that will be his second. Boy, if they can get Voss in foul trouble, that would be great for Case because Voss is a load. 6'5" senior forward. He's been a big player for them for his entire career. We've called his name a lot over the years. 12 points, 9 rebounds. As a couple of guys, Spencer Boyd and Jake Levis, take a seat for Case. Clark and Alvarez remain in the game. Holman, David Black, and Eric Black on the floor for the Spartans. Voss will take a seat with 2 fouls for Chicago, and Barthel comes back in for the Maroons.
And with Eric Black on the post, that will enable you to get David Black, his brother, to the 3-point line to try to stretch out the D.
Eric Black gets one to drop. Boy, Eric's working hard against Nate Brooks. I've got to give Nate Brooks credit. He is staying true to his defensive stance, not going for many of the ball fakes, and coming down and hitting a quick 3 for Chicago is Jake Fenlon.
Well, they are 3 of 5, so they're not a high-volume 3-point shooting team, but they do shoot a high percentage as we see the foul there drawn.
Blocking foul on the Maroons as Matt Clark drives to the basket. He'll get 2 free throws. Fouls on Brooks, that's his first.
You're looking at a great ball handler right here. I mean, a guy that can fill in at the point guard position when Jimmy Holman is not on the floor as he knocks down the first, and a guy that is equally good with both hands and such an effective change of pace dribbler. He'll go at you very methodically like a hot knife through butter.
The 81% free throw shooter is perfect, 2 of 2. He's got 4 points, Matt Clark, and Case is up. Case Western Reserve is up 4 at 37-33. Just inside 6 minutes to play. Chicago with the basketball. It's been a back and forth game so far. Very well played by both teams. High pace, as we are becoming used to with the Spartans. This is Barthel working against Clark into Eric Black. Eric's good defense stopped the first attempt, but Barthel stayed with it and got the follow. He's got 6 points off the bench for Chicago.
That's already their 7th offensive rebound, too, so they've been crashing it a bit.
Holman missed, but he got his own rebound. David Black for 3.
Well, he's out to an excellent offensive start, and Chicago has to keep that in mind because he can get you away from the rim because he is such a threat from beyond the 3-point arc.
Barthel breaks that Case press. Here come the Maroons. Spotting up, shooting a 3, and making it is Jake Fenlon. Fenlon's got 6 points, both of them 3s.
You have to love their shot selection, shooting 66% from 3, but only 6 attempts for Chicago. They've been effective with those.
Alvarez into Black. Eric looks to give it back to him. He does. Javi dribbles in front of that Chicago bench, kicks it out to his teammate Holman. Back to David Black. David's got 2 3s, and drawing the foul is Barthel. Barthel went for the ball fake. David faked right. Barthel grabbed him.
And what really helps David Black in his three-point game is that not only can he knock down the shot from the elbow, but he is also capable of putting his head down and going straight to the rim. He can do either or. That's going to get him a free throw here, at least one.
So Case is in the bonus. And David Black is in and out. David's a 76% free throw shooter. Voss with a long three. The rebound's on the ground, and Spencer Boyd and Javi Alvarez come up with it. You're getting a look at it. They're going to say Javi kicked it. Two officials are talking it over. Sean McDonald says it was an inadvertent kick. And they're not going to give it back to Case. Chicago will have it. Foul is on Brooks. That's his second, an illegal screen. So the Spartans will have the basketball. Just over 4 minutes to play in this opening half.
Case has done a really effective job in the turnover game. +9 in that category thus far. 11 for the Maroons early, just 2 for the Spartans.
Levis looking inside to David Black. They'll work the perimeter first. This is Spencer Boyd. Javi Alvarez for a long three. Javi Alvarez with 10 first half points. You know, I talked to Javi after his breakout game against Carnegie Mellon a week and a half ago, and he said he really works on getting that high arch in that three-point shot, very much like Steph Curry. Steph Curry's percentage is obviously better than anybody in the NBA. Javi credits it to that high arcing shot, and he's really worked on that himself. Double team trap, backside, wide open for a look, missed. Fighting for the rebound, Chicago gets it. They'll get a bucket and a foul. Foul's going to go against Jake Levis. At the free throw line will be Blaine Crawford. Crawford got the follow, picked up the foul as well. He'll look for 3 at the line.
Well, and this is where the Maroons get a little bigger with the 6'8", 225 frame of Blaine Crawford. But you don't mind the foul, even though he scored, because of the fact that the Maroons just haven't been very quality at the free throw line this season.
Well, that was well short. This is Alvarez for another 3. Long rebound out. Here comes Chicago. Spencer Boyd trailing. Feed inside, and there's an easy look. That's Waller Perez.
Well, that time the trap just worked against the Spartans, but it's been working thus far early for him.
Eric Black with a beautiful pass from Jimmy Holman. Three minutes left, opening half. Case is up 3. Howard down the floor to Smith. Smith backs off Spencer Boyd. They're going to work it inside to Crawford against Eric Black. Soft right hook won't go. But Waller Perez will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Fouls on Javi Alvarez. That's Javi's second.
Well, whenever
Waller Perez, go
whenever,
I'm sorry, Eddie.
No, you're right. Whenever you got a smaller guard against you like Waller Perez does, normally a guy that would stick around the three-point line, it's a good idea to try to go in there for that rebound because you know you've got some height over your defender in a much smaller 5'11" Javi Alvarez.
Waller Perez on the season, a 57% free throw shooter. He shoots just as well from the field as he does from the foul line. He's very good from the field, 57%. Has had his struggles at the foul line, though. True to form, 1 of 2 in that trip. Colin Zucker has checked in for Javi Alvarez. Both have 2 fouls. This is Clark with the basketball. Spencer Boyd to David Black. 11 seconds to shoot. Case is up 2. We're approaching 2 minutes left in this opening half. High screen from Eric Black. And a whistle on the ball. The ball foul will go against Blaine Crawford. That will be Crawford's second. And both teams are in the double bonus. So shooting 2 will be Spencer Boyd. There's a good look at Spencer from Walsh Jesuit High School.
Only a dozen looks for Spencer at this stripe prior to today's game. But you still love to see him get there because you know he's a very fundamentally sound player and an excellent teammate. All of his teammates love him.
Just a 42% free throw shooter. And he makes 1 of 2. Well, Spencer's a great example of somebody who's spent 4 years in this program and has consistently worked hard and earned everything that he's gotten. I mean, he's well respected, as you said, by his teammates and by the coaching staff because of the approach that he brings to practice, that he brings to his games, and that he brings to being a great teammate. Fouls on Matt Clark. Second foul for Matt. Jordan Smith in the double bonus. He'll shoot 2. Jordan's had an excellent first half. He's got 13 points. He is a perfect 2 of 2 from the foul line as well. He's the best free throw shooter on the team. He's a 67% free throw shooter. Jordan, one of the 2 starters in the Chicago lineup from the city of Chicago. Whitney Young High School. Him along with Nate Brooks.
And with those 2 makes, the Maroons go over 50% from the line as a team for the first time this afternoon.
The Spartan lead is down to 1. It's been as big as 5 twice late in this first half. David Black for another 3. David Black is red hot.
That was a good, clean look, as good as it's going to come for David Black.
Ball in the middle on the break. Matt Clark tipped it out of bounds. So we're 98 seconds from halftime, and both of these teams, Eddie, almost have 50 points. You and I've called games before when it's been 49-45 with 1:34 left in the game.
Well, you get Spencer Boyd back on the floor to try to get some more defense, and Jimmy Holman going to round out the half with some offense, hopefully.
Well, they got the switch on the screen there and got the mismatch that they were looking for. They had Eric Robinson against Zucker. David Black for another 3. Got it!
This is turning into a career weekend for the sophomore from Avon Lake.
Quickly down the floor, duck it on defense. Smith missed the shot. TJ was standing in his spot, but they're going to call him for a blocking foul.
Well, of all the guys that you're going to send to the line, this probably isn't the one. Still just a 67%er.
He's been perfect tonight. But he's been very good all around. Jordan Smith, he's got 15 opening half points.
He can hurt you in a lot of different ways. I mean, you look at the stat sheet, 12.5 points, 2 dimes, 2.5 rebounds per game. He brings a lot of leadership.
So we're inside a minute. Spartans are up 3. This is David Black. He's got 14 first half points, most of them coming from the 3-point line. Plenty of time to shoot. Zucker breaks down the defense and gets met at the rim, and the shot is short. Here comes Chicago the other way. This is Howard with the basketball. Howard and Perez out top. They're going to go inside to Crawford working against David Black. Gets David to leave his feet, and that's what happens.
Wow, that's an impressive move. I mean, that's great footwork, great timing, concentration. The whole package was there in that post play.
Shot clock is off. Game clock's at 12. Spartans with a 1-point lead and the basketball. Jimmy Holman controlling it. He's going to put up a 3 that was blocked. Ball still alive. Zucker with 2 on the clock, and he made it.